They should be.
Okay, we finally have some time to do this. We have been planning for some time.
What is some time?
For some time. We have been planning to do this for some time, but we had no idea what to talk about. What should be the first step? But then people are kind enough to give us the first idea, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the first idea, and now from our close people we really like, because they keep giving us this kind of things. So as you are a very good friend of us as well, so let's discuss. Let's maybe first introduce ourselves much better. So let's begin with you. Or maybe begin with us.
Guys,
or
let's begin with you.
Okay.
I mean, you're the host.
Let the philosopher begin first.
It can be a long session. Long introduction.
Myself, Anurag Hoda. I'm studying philosophy at University of Tartu. I have done my bachelor's in engineering, and here we are. I always wanted people to listen to me, and without talking back at me, you know. What else you can do a podcast?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the second part of the podcast. I'm Mohit, and I'm doing my PhD in environment technology at University of Tartu. And me and Anurag came with this idea that maybe this is needed, and it's fun. And it's a very beautiful point that because somebody's not talking back at you, you can actually express what you want to express. But still, it's nice to have different opinions as well. That's why we have our guest today, our dear friend Mete, and now Mete will speak about himself.
Exactly, I'm Mete. I'm a friend of those guys, and we met here in Tartu last year. Well, about Anurag, I mean, I get that point with wanting people to listen to you, because we all like to cut into controversial topics, or basically, how to say, just mess up with people's minds. So I think that's also one of the things that connects us.
Right.
So,
I agree.
yeah, I'm studying business administration here in Tartu. Came last year from Germany in August, and meanwhile it has been, 14 months? Exactly. Feeling quite much home here in Estonia, small cozy town. And well, besides studying business, I'm writing, and I like playing football. And well, I enjoy those conversations, especially with guys like those two. So thank you for inviting me.
So let's begin with the topic. Maybe Anurag will introduce the topic, and then the guest should begin the first arguments or something. Yeah.
Like, it's one hell of a job when you have to come up with a topic. Like, you are thinking what I should talk. Like, there are so many things you can talk. You can start with some philosophical topic or something like that, but then you are like, what should be the need of the hour? And then I saw a friend of mine.
Should there be a talk about sex education? Could be, but it's already happening in the school, so there should be something more interesting.
There should be something more.
We need something more intense.
So I was looking at my friends, and I'm asking when we should meet, and they're like, let me check my calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And just a funny story, yesterday night when we invited Mete to ask him when he can come, he took out his phone from his pocket and he started, and then I told him this whole story, and we had a good laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in a bar. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
The topic is why people have calendars.
Or maybe to put it more specifically, why people enjoy to be busy. You know, that's more of a deeper.
Yeah, in other words.
That's more.
I
of a,
feel offended, man.
No. Having a calendar is different. It's fine. It's a tool. You use it, but I don't know. When a tool is used too much, it kind of affects you. But yeah, the major sense of today's talk would be why people enjoy to be busy so much. Because people love it, and there could be different reasons which we will explore. So maybe, yeah.
I want it more controversial. I like it why people have calendars.
No, a calendar is just an app.
Yeah.
It's just an app. So let's begin with what could be the reason why someone would want to be busy. Because it's a very usual statement in return. I get from people. Hey, you want to do this something? I'm sorry, mate. I'm busy. I'm busy. Go for a drink. I'm busy. There's so many times. So maybe Mete, what could be the positive side? I don't know. Let's take both sides.
Yeah. words, I will start pretty offensive right away, saying busy is the new stupid to all those folks out there. Please take that shit out of your mind. Do me that favor. I mean, I also use that word sometimes, but I try to.
Mete, we have a philosopher with us, and we believe in backing our arguments. So you said you gave a pretty strong argument. So we would love if you would back it up a little bit, like on basis of what.
Yes, I was on my way.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to cancel that word completely from my vocabulary, and I think I'm quite far in the process. I haven't accomplished it fully yet, but I'm giving my best. First, a little side note, like, thanks for promoting me from a victim to a guest in this podcast. Well, yeah, about this busy thing. I mean, busy is basically just a variable, and most people just use it as a filler for things they assume to be contributing towards their careers, towards well-being, or anything of that kind. But most of the time, it's basically just an excuse.
But what do you think is the psychological drive for it? You know, because somehow I see there's a happiness on their face when they say it. They're so satisfied to say it. You know? So psychologically, there is a drive to be busy. Like being busy is something nice.
Yes.
You know, like I don't. So what do you think could be the psychologically?
I want to connect that to working hours. I mean, I think every healthy human being knows that working hours are definitely something good if you're productive and do it to a certain extent, but everything has a limit. And I just see a lot of people nowadays promoting themselves with how much hours they work per day or per week.
It's a promotion to, you know,
kind of. It's I mean, basically we're living in this self representation and self-selling society where everybody feels this need of being the hardest hustler in the room, and I don't know, being the most badass motherfucker in the office, and
indeed.
It's just guys, working 16 hours a day is not healthy. That's nothing you should brag about. Instead, like, sit down and think about, what am I doing wrong? Why do I have to work 16 hours at all?
Yeah. Am I so stupid that, you know, is my brain not working, or, like, you know, am I not efficient?
I mean, I'm working a lot as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly why I said yesterday I have to check my calendar, but I'm using this thing as a tool, not as an excuse for being busy. Like, I'm using it to basically outsource things that I would otherwise keep in my brain towards that thing.
I guess
let the philosopher put in,
the purpose that we used, like this whole thing, we try to glorify being busy, and that's because one of the reason I see it as, and I perceive things as, that we want some kind of a, you know, validation from people, that if you don't work, or if you don't say, like, everybody works, it's not possible that you wake up in the morning and you don't do shit. It's not possible that you just masturbate in your room and spend your whole time. It's not possible. No one is doing that.
How long
no one is
do
doing that. Everybody has an earning to earn or their day to spend.
Bills to pay.
For sure you are busy with something, but why you have to come up with a word that I am busy, I'm doing this, I'm meeting this, I'm doing this? I don't think so. Like, I don't see the point. The only point is you want to tell me that you have a life. I know you are living, but you need not to
put it on my face.
And put it on my face. Like, if I ask you something, like normal friends, we are meeting, then you can be like, I have some work to do. That's fine. But busy comes like as a phrase that you are trapped in something, and sometimes people don't even want to do that thing.
It is also used as a defense sometimes. You know,
it's fair enough if you want to use it as a defense. Fair enough. You
don't have the balls to say I don't want to go out with you. You say I'm busy.
Exactly. We all do that. So self-validation, I think it's a not self-validation, like validation from others. Is a big point, I feel, in this.
But what Mete said about using it as a tool, I again come to you, Mete. That
the calendar. Right?
The calendar. But I see in my personal observation that it has crossed that point that it's no longer a tool. It's now like a fashion statement, you know. a full calendar.
Yes, yes.
And people are spending like an hour to design it, you know. All my history lectures are blue, all my mathematics lectures are green, and it looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. Look at my calendar. It's so fucking full. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So it has crossed that point of being a tool and has come to something more like a fashion statement. Like, as you said, to look cool. It has become the new cool. So like being busy is the new cool kind of stuff. So
or stupid, as you see.
Yeah,
It's a thing of perspective. Please remind me afterwards to come back to this defense mechanism that people have inside when they say I'm busy. That's
but
really
maybe
interesting.
first clarify.
Of course.
How it has become a fashion. Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you feel it too? I see it.
I see it
I don't want to
strongly
take
correlated.
names. I don't want to take names, but I hope you know some people as well. And we have those common people who have this habit of beautiful calendars, keeping everything like.
I mean, you don't even need names. Go on your Facebook friends list and take every second person.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, it's a major problem in society, this showing off thing. I mean, my calendar is... Oh, shit. It's...
Now we are talking.
Okay. I gotta tell you this.
Yeah.
It's color-coded, man.
It's color-coded.
Yes.
I saw this color yesterday. Yeah. He's not lying.
No,
But I will tell you
why
why.
are you doing it to yourself?
Whoa, that sounds as if I'm punishing myself.
Yeah, it sounds like, why are you wasting your time and putting a different color to your thing? You know, what if all your day has the blue color? What's the problem in that? It still notifies you. You still receive the notification on time. Okay,
Yes.
this you're supposed to do this. Yes. No. This should be green. This should be blue. So what do you get out of it? It just looks pretty, right?
Well, in my cases like that especially for work and some other projects I'm doing because of university and work, I have to work with a different set of tools online. So by color coding that whole stuff, I can basically, I don't even have to read something sometimes because I remember I said something in appointment and I know what it was, but just looking at those colors helps me to switch mentally and focus on something else. So for me, the calendar is basically a tool to steer my focus between different tasks, which are a part of my, say, not busy life, but say call it professional kind of life, like the planned life, the one which is somewhat correlated with my career and with future ambitions. But whatever I do, I'm not the person who's going to put gym sessions he's planning into his calendar. I'm not putting appointments with my friends into my calendar.
But it goes there. People
if I get my work done, I want to be in flow. I want to just spend my time as I feel like in that moment. I don't want to plan ahead a week when I'm going to meet my friend at like 4:30 somewhere and like what? So imagine we're going to go for a coffee tomorrow. Should I put an agenda of what we're going to talk about? Man, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit, I mean, like, you put your important meetings of the week, you put your deadlines on there, but it is still not there. Trust me. It has crossed the lines.
Yes.
It has come to this point, as you pointed out, quite right, going to Sade to meet my friend. This is also in the calendar. And then Gen Club. 10.
They need to take a loo. That's also sometimes in the calendar.
Okay, it could be.
Maybe we should define for the audience quickly what Sade and Gen Club is. I mean, that's really local. I don't know if, imagine this whole thing goes through the roof. Even our listeners in the United States and Cayman Islands should know what Gen Club is.
Okay, the name Gen Club sounds like a club. So it is a club, but it's a Gen Club. It's
far more than that.
Okay, it's far more than that, yeah. Let's begin with Sade. Sade is a very, very common coffee shop.
Yeah, it's a popular one in Tartu. Exactly.
Closes at 7 these days, so please don't go if you're going at 6.
And Gen Club is more like a bar and a venue as well for parties and gigs and everything.
Exactly.
So very, very happening place. So that's why we mentioned.
I don't know why he referred to as at Gen Club. We refer to it at Moku. Like it sounds so weird when
Moku with
the
sperm symbols,
Yes.
Yeah.
So if there should be a definition in the Cambridge dictionary of Moku, I think it would be the place that is capturing people and binding them so strongly to the city that they don't want to go anymore. So if you come to Tartu and if you visit Moku, you should be prepared that you want to stay longer in this place.
Yeah.
And you will see 3 of us. That's all.
We're always there.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's go back to the defense mechanism that you wanted to.
Yeah, let's go.
So what you had in your mind about the defense mechanism?
Exactly.
Did you say that people use it as a defense mechanism? Like
No, people use it as validation for others, and then that becomes like self-defense mechanism. Like you said, that sometimes they use it as mechanism. Like I am the kind of a dude a woman don't want to hang out with, and she pulls up my calendar into my face and she's like, "Dude, see this? I'm busy at that time." So
I'm
that,
packed.
I'm
packed both ways. Here and here.
All right. That gives some context about a woman. You obviously want to meet in private life or something and do something, but
even friends do that. Like not like
Exactly.
It's like opposite sex centered, but even like male friends do it.
Yeah.
So they kind of use it like to get out, which is not bad. I don't see it as bad. It's good. You have a tool, use it. But the validation things is something that I find, not something that I can digest easily. So that's more of a problem in my head than this thing.
Let me start off with a little example from my work life.
Okay.
I see a lot of people basically answering "I'm busy" as kind of say defense mechanism, if we can say it like that. But the purpose is basically because people most often don't like to say no. They're not used to it. So instead of just saying, "I don't have time," or "I don't want to spend my time with you," or allocate time for that, they just say, "I'm busy." And I somewhat understand that in professional context, but about friends, man, you're not busy, you're stupid. Like, that's your friend. Get your fucking shit together. Take care of your relationships, or don't call yourself a friend.
I do feel like, in somewhere in South Africa, where a mother sees that her child is going to die because he doesn't have the right food or enough water or whatever, and she's working since morning till evening to make sure her child lives. That's busy.
That's busy for a reason.
That's busy. I accept that busy. I accept that busy, This is not busy. You finish work at 4, and then every evening you have time allocated for YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and that also comes under the busy time. That's not busy. It comes to the point of the where I would hurt my listener a little bit, that it comes to your integrity. If you actually want to invest in your friends that much, because I feel if you want to give some time, you can always find some time, I'm not saying that you can always find 3 hours, 2 hours, but you call me, say, "Hey mate, let's meet up," and I give you this "I'm busy" bullshit, and then I can still find 10 minutes, 15 minutes for you, even for a small walk outside in the park. "Hey mate, yeah, I'm sorry man, I'm doing this podcast today," or whatever, but maybe after I finish I can speak. Let's meet up, man. So I feel if you really have the will and the desire to meet, to take care of your relationship. If you have that desire, then you will always find time.
But people have so many relationships. They are confused, like with whom they should. Again, like
Philosopher brings in the heat. Philosopher brings in the heat.
We are a walking crowd. Like, it's a single person you can see, but there are many. Like, when one person walks, he's walking with his 10 million thoughts or something like that. So that's why you can't focus. Like, people don't even know what they want out of life. Like, they have 5 set of friends and they don't even know what they want. Like, they call someone their best friends, and then suddenly they go to their like 3rd friend called something. And then they will be like, "You know what? They dished me. They were busy and this and that." So people don't even have the integrity, or I will say people are not even truthful. Like, they live their life in lies, and then they think that we are the nicest people. But when you are lying, or I will say, use the word that kind of hypocrite in a way. Like, you say something and then the other day you turn back and you say something else. So
I would give a funny story. Like, the other day, me and him were waiting in the queue next to Gen Club. Gen Club queue. There's a queue sometimes, you know. It's a popular place, so there's a queue. And
so wait, do I understand it right? You both can't agree on if to call it Moku or Gang Club.
Let's go Moku.
You're of the
Let's
one
go
party
Moku.
and the other one is of the other party.
Let's go.
I always call it.
Let's go Moku. So
As you wish.
we were in the queue for Moku, okay, and then suddenly. We're not taking names, right? We're not taking names. So
no names.
No names.
No
No
names.
personal attacks. So suddenly I saw one girl. Okay. Way back in the queue, because it was a long queue. This girl comes up way back in the queue, and I was standing with my friends, and he was there. And maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I was trying to have a conversation with her, you know, and she was totally like not interested in anything.
Okay,
and I accepted that, you know.
Sure.
She wasn't replying to my texts and whatever. So things were closed. I accepted. Let's face the fact, it's not going to happen, and I moved on. And then all of a sudden, no replies. And then all of a sudden, she texts me, "Hi." I was like, okay, how come she's texting me? It's impossible, you know?
Okay, let me ask one question.
Yeah.
How many people were in between you and her in the queue? Approximately.
I guess 10.
No, more. No, let's talk in terms of time. That if she would be staying there, she would stand in the queue for an hour. Yeah. And if she would come to me, she would stand in the queue for 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's your answer.
So she would save the 40 minutes or 45 minutes, okay? And then she said, "Hey, dude, is it okay if I come and join with you?" I was like, "Right, but okay, what, you're texting me today? All of a sudden, you know, when I was trying to text you, it wasn't there. There was nothing, and now today, you need something out of it. So this is what the hypocrisy that he was saying in people, and people still don't see the action of hypocrisy, you know, and they still think they're really nice people. If you ask the same person, "Hey, are you a nice person?" Yes, of course I am such a nice person. I do so many nice things to my friend, and but these small things where they actually show where they actually act in that hypocritical way. I don't know why they don't see this.
You just mentioned something really interesting.
Why don't
when
they see
people
this,
say,
Mete?
"I'm a nice person because I do so many nice things to my friends." In that moment, when you mention that, you're not a nice person anymore. You're just bragging with your shit. That's not nice. Like, you're a nice person.
But it's considered nice to tell. Because sometimes they say, otherwise how would they know that I'm a nice person?
Nobody has to know that. If you're truly a nice person... You got to protect your integrity. And integrity means doing the right things when nobody's looking. So don't brag about being a nice person. Just be nice. People will feel that. People will... I believe that everybody has like a certain aura, like vibrations and those frequencies. And people feel when you have a positive energy, when you're someone who is doing good to others. So don't walk around and
10 minutes later we enter the bar. I was like, okay, today she's texted me. We are in the queue together. Let's talk to her in the bar. And again the blackout begins. You know? So what is this action of yours? You know?
People are
at least accept what you are. At least be honest enough to accept what you are, no?
You just transformed into a vehicle over there.
I was used as a pass.
Dude.
As a dustbin. The dustbins say that use me.
Yeah.
I
was used as a pass, you know, get in. And then the person who used me is still a nice person.
Well, welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah.
Let's come back to the
Let's come back to the calendars.
Let's
sorry.
come back
Sorry, friends.
Come back.
It was a beautiful story.
Let's try to look at it this way. Like a friend of ours, when we told him that we are talking about this, he brought a really important point. That we asked him the question, why people want to be busy, and he answered in one word, like Estonians generally do: greed. He says because people are greedy, that's why they want to be busy. So they want to, maximize materialistically out of whatever they are.
And I think it shouldn't be taken just in the field of materialism only. You know, it should also be taken in the field of pleasure. People are so greedy for pleasure, for getting more and more pleasure. Totally a bigger pleasure of a bigger party, bigger dance, close to death, drink so much that I don't know what's going to happen. More pleasure, more pleasure. It's like, what's the limit? When are you going to say enough is enough? Yeah.
But if that's pleasure for you, like, dudes, if you're out there comparing your calendar sizes, you're comparing the wrong shit. Like,
Of course.
compare. I mean, yeah, I know all of you just got that wrong, but that was intentionally. I mean, just compare how many like nice days per week you have, how many people you have around you that appreciate you, how often you can actually laugh about some like weird ass bullshit. Like, you know, don't be too serious with that. I enjoy it as well if I have a productive and meaningful day at work and if I accomplish something. But at some point, I'm just like, no, man, now I need time for myself. I need time for my friends, for the people close to me. And I don't know, I think you need a little system update.
But I would attack you on this, on my personal experience. I've talked to some of these people who have these full calendars. And I asked them, why do you have these full calendars? Simple question is that.
Yeah.
And they say, if I don't have anything to do, I don't feel good. I feel weird. You know, when I'm empty, I feel weird. I feel like I should do something.
Yeah.
So, is it a psychological attack on themselves? Like, is it like people are unable to be with themselves? Because when they're with themselves, they ask the right questions to themselves, and then which may be the reason that they always want to do something. You know, it's nice that my day is packed and I don't know when the night comes, and then I'm ready for my dinner, my YouTube, my Instagram, and I go to sleep.
Can I start replying to this?
And then if I don't have that, then I'm sitting and then I'm thinking about my life. Then I ask myself the right questions, which scares the hell out of me. So I prefer to be busy. It could be one thing. Yes, Mr.
Philosopher.
Mr. Philosopher, come in.
There are too many ways that one can get drunk or like high.
Okay.
I'm curious, what's coming next?
Are we talking about acids and everything?
Yeah,
No?
exactly. Those are the ones that we know.
Okay.
Like drinking, drugs, and all that kind of thing. Even smokers have kind of a high with the nicotine. Though I don't smoke, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm saying it. But the next kind of high that you have is like company of someone. That's addictive. Like if you are in company of someone, a friend, a girlfriend, or you know, a partner that you like, and you like connecting with them. Like this happens with all three of us. Like when we talk like, you know, for hours and hours. So the other person, why coming back to your point, why they don't want to be alone, because
The fear
they
of
start
being lonely.
asking- yes,
The fear of being lonely.
the other person at that moment
Yeah.
becomes, you know, quite important to them, because the moment you are alone in your room.
But Anurag, it's equally selfish. You are using this another person to fix your loneliness.
You got the point.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
At least don't name it as a nice action, you know?
because sometimes they don't even know it.
They don't even know it.
They don't even know it. They're doing it. They just know that like that's
Sucking,
the solution.
like sucking the blood like the mosquito.
Exactly. They don't even know like what are the ill effects of that.
Yeah.
And that's why we as a like humanity, we have this problem that we are connected in ways. We never say that we are not good human beings. But look at humanity, where we are. Like these small little examples that we are bringing up. It's to bring up a bigger picture that says that we as humanity are bullshit. And that counts me as well. Like when I'm saying it from here, it doesn't mean I'm a really nice person, all good. But one should know their shortcomings. Like using someone just as a toy for your entertainment because you can't be alone, and then putting it in your calendar and mentioning it to other person, saying that, oh my God, I'm so busy, I have these meetings. Come on, man, stop it.
Everyone
Stop
has
this-
meetings,
Stop
man.
this
You know, everyone-
glorification.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
you can't have meetings every day, like Mete said. All of us have fixed schedule. Like we go to school, we have fixed schedule. I know on Thursday tomorrow at 4:15 I have a philosophical disagreement class. I'm not looking at my calendar. I know it in my head. Two things. If you have calendar, either you have too many things to do, like if you are busy all the time, then you have too much things on your plate to do, or either you are stupid and dumb that you can't even memorize what you have to do.
I think I could put one thing maybe.
I would argue against that. I mean, I just described my situation, and I didn't consider myself as stupid or dumb for using a calendar.
Mete.
No,
I
no,
think
it's-
I think the thing is the actual important things you have.
Yeah.
You know, You
They're
actually
limited.
remember. You actually
You
remember
do.
them.
You do.
They're
Yeah,
limited.
the only places where you would need the calendar would be the things where you know that it's not so important and I might forget.
I would argue differently. I
Yeah.
would say the only things you need to remember
Yeah.
are those that don't have emotional value for you.
Yeah.
Because if
Where-
I'm going to meet my
I love this
parents
point.
or
Yeah.
my friends, people I appreciate and value, I know when we're gonna meet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
But
don't
if
put
I
it-
have
you don't put
to
it
call a
somewhere- yeah.
client
Yeah.
for business purpose,
yeah.
no idea when I gotta call that person. Like,
But it's the same thing.
It's-
It only matters to you because it's your job. Otherwise, you don't care about calling this person. Yeah. But when it comes to your parents, it matters a lot.
Exactly.
So you don't need to put it in a calendar.
Exactly.
You remember
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
So you are putting a lot of things, like people who are putting a lot of things into their calendar.
Yeah.
It means that they are doing things
Which they don't want.
which they don't emotionally want to do
Yeah.
Exactly.
in the first
Yeah.
place.
I mean,
you raised a really nice point.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, don't put people in your calendar.
Yeah.
Put
Important events or something.
put
yeah.
events or deadlines in, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
people,
Not
not
people,
not
yeah.
a human being in your
Yeah.
calendar.
Like, for example, today, let's take it today, that I had a meeting and the meeting was scheduled almost like 2 weeks ago. And I can forget that meeting because it's not something that I do daily. So I have to make a note of it and I have to put it in a calendar or something like that that reminds me, like, make a note of it. So I did it. But if you are doing something daily, you need not to put it in your calendar. You have to go to the gym. Just fucking show up to the gym. Your body will tell it that you have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, if your body is not telling it that you have to go to the gym,
I'm just
your
wondering
phone
right
needs
now.
to remind it.
I want to put. I have to get some water in my calendar. Is it okay?
You should
Can
put
I
it.
put it?
I was just about
Can
to
I
say,
put
do you
it?
think there are people who have their like 3 meals a day in their calendar?
There could be.
For sure.
There could be.
or even their like waking up and sleeping times?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Waking up sleeping would be
Like,
definitely.
I'm
There are
sorry,
stupid
but
apps designed for that.
Yeah. There are
If-
stupid
if-
apps for that. True.
also for the drinking of water, right?
Oh,
like,
yes.
hey,
Definitely,
you
yeah.
should drink a glass of water.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Because
I didn't
otherwise
know
my IQ is on a level of 20 and I'm done.
When I'm thirsty, I don't know. I don't know what to do. You know, when I'm thirsty.
The
Yeah.
app should tell me I have to drink water, then I will go and drink water.
Yeah.
So
My body doesn't resonate with me dehydrating because I'm a piece of wood. So thanks for telling me.
exactly.
That I should
Like-
be watered.
That I should
Man.
drink water.
Yeah.
I guess this whole conversation brings us to a point that
Yeah.
the point that I raised, that I didn't mean to say someone as stupid as
Mm-hmm.
the word stupid.
I have one thing.
Yes, please.
Did this bring us to the point?
I have one.
Or did the point come to us?
The point comes to us. That's a good point.
Ah.
The investigation brings the point to us.
The
yeah.
investigation brings us here, I guess, that we are lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we as people, we are lost and we are doing things that we don't even want to do.
Mm-hmm.
People with calendars or being busy using it as a glorification of
Mm-hmm.
being busy. Even they don't want to be. When they are drunk, ask them. They don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to be busy. Yeah.
They
When
don't want
they're
to be
drunk.
busy. Like, I
Yeah.
remember a friend of mine
Yeah,
from
yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
She was really drunk again in Moku for sure.
Yeah.
And I was passing by and she's like, Anurag. And I went to her, we
Yeah.
sat, and then
Of course you
she
went to her.
started. I should.
Why shouldn't you?
Why shouldn't I? She was pretty, yeah.
Mm.
We can't take names, sorry. Otherwise, I would have loved to take the name and, connect
No,
again
we don't do
sometimes.
that.
No, we don't do that. We don't do
But
that.
we
Yeah,
are
we
not
don't do
taking
that.
names.
Protecting
So,
the
yeah.
integrity.
Protecting the
So
integrity.
yeah, she called me and she's like, what are you doing, this and that? And I'm like, I'm free tomorrow and all that. And she's like, are you free the whole day? And I'm like, yeah, I have just one class. And she couldn't believe me. And then she pulled out her calendar and she's like, I have to do this, then I have like lunch with my friend at 2, and then I have to go to this botanical garden and all. I'm like, what? You have mentioned this in your calendar? And her calendar was full. Like, she woke up at 7
Yeah.
and then she has things to do till 11.
But that's the thing. I mean, going to the botanical garden or having like lunch with a friend in between that workday, in between
Yeah.
those tasks,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like a break. That way, in that fucking calendar, it feels like an obligation.
It feels like a job.
You have
A job.
You're still
It's
working.
a job
When
to
you're
be
working.
done. It's in there.
When you will meet.
And this could
when
create
you will-
stress, because
This
you're getting
is
notifications
creating
It
from
does.
this.
It
do
does.
this.
creating
Yeah,
stress.
It does.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
creating-
I mean, I can tell my personal story. Like, I've been using my calendar in the beginning like that.
Yeah.
Why? Because I was basically looking for productivity hacks and strategies, and like some weird internet guru showed up and be like, hey, just plan your calendar for 15-minute slots per day. And at some point I just realized that's not healthy, man. That's mentally harming myself.
Very much, yeah.
And that's strongly correlated generally with this huge trend every person from younger generations is in the 21st century, especially with the rise of the internet, which is called personal development.
I guess that brings us to a very important point that you said. And me and Mohit talk about it all the time, that our whole life is a reaction to something. Like, we are not the people who take action. We react to certain situations. Like, we have become this machine who's always reacting. Like this calendar thing, that why people are doing it. Sometimes people are doing it out of obligation as well, that they don't feel the odd one out. Like, you go to your friends and you have like a group of 6 people, and 5
they all
of
have
them
full calendars.
Full calendars.
You don't have a full calendar.
And you don't have a full calendar. So you will put all this shit, that I have to go and take shit in the morning at 9. No matter if you don't even want to take it. So the freedom is lost. Like the whole essence of being a human being is you are free. Like this whole psychological system that we have is designed in a way that you can achieve maximum, level of creativity or things like that. But what we are using it for, like to copy. Like the Kurt Cobain says, monkey see, monkey do. I don't know why. Rather be dead than cool. I don't know why. Calendars make you cool. They make you look fucking very, trendy and stuff like that. I don't want a calendar. I don't want to be a monkey.
But Mete, one more question. I feel like I think that there is some sort of illusion as well in there, because
where exactly? Let's define.
I see myself, I'm handling more than 2 projects at the same time and both at different field sites. I have to travel 1 hour to the forest, to go to my project and this. And then on the other hand, there's
sounds like an interesting project.
Yeah, I'm like, or an environment person, so I have to go to the forest. Yeah. And then sometimes there is some lab equipment problem. Some machine goes off, and then we are fixing that. Sometimes I also have to take master classes and for one course. And so the point is that I also have too many things on the plate, but I still don't see myself saying this, I'm busy, bored, to my friend or to someone I want to spend my time with, And I imagine, okay, I also have so many things on the plate. So how can someone be more busy and use this phrase to me? And like, if I can find time, I feel maybe everyone can find time. If they actually want to find time for someone, I think you can find time. Do you agree with that? Like, if you have to find time for someone, you will find a way to find time for someone.
Just to add something to you, they are not only busy, they are busy and bored.
Yeah, busy. Okay.
That's the worst. No. You're in a cage.
They are bored. That's why they want to be busy.
And in even they are
because
bored with what they are.
That's what we psychologically felt, that when people feel unrestful, weird, when they don't have anything to do, which is why they look for something to go for. Let's do something. Let's go for table tennis. Let's go for this and let's go for that. So it's always moving. The moment it stops, you feel weird, like, because you're asking yourself, okay, your mind starts attacking you. Is my life going the right direction? What about my dreams? What about my success? What about this and that?
That's the point. Dreams and success. That's why I mentioned personal development, because I was kind of trapped in that cage as well, getting vulnerable here. I mean, I had this permanent strive of, okay, I got to be successful. I got to figure out what I want to do. And like, you read books, you go through some... like, you follow motivational pages on Instagram, you see that quote of Steve Jobs of find your passion in this, and you get so obsessed with that idea of finding that passion, of chasing that success and stuff, that you basically, as some people promote it, to get out of the rat race, that you basically kind of get out of this rat race, more or less, or at least out of that hamster wheel, say it like that, but put yourself on a path which is never ending, which passes with time, so you always have to keep running to not die, to not get passed by that time. And that thing is eternal.
So that idea of
we gotta
success is
calm
putting tremendous
down.
pressure on you.
It's tremendous. It's huge.
And most of the time you don't even know what that success is. You just heard it from this, as you said, you heard it from online, some guru saying,
for example,
this is success.
You read quotes, you
go
see
there.
a guru.
This is success.
Exactly.
When you have that many followers, this is success. When you get Instagram likes, this is success.
Exactly.
I heard this guy. He said there were times when you would want to be cool among your street. You want 10 people to like you. And now it comes to a point where you want 1 million people to like you. So the demand of liking has gone tremendously, exponentially high.
Yeah. This is a system created by society, which is actually being the complete opposite of what is in human nature. Because psychologically, we still, or say unconsciously, we still try to compare ourselves to our close environment. That's how it has been all the time. But meanwhile, that picture gets disturbed, gets blurred by all those factors society puts on us of what success means, or of what you have to do, and you got to be rich, and you got to pass university with a summa cum laude, then you got to find your startup in the last semester of your university, skyrocketed 5 years later to $1 billion of valuation, sell it, be the next fucking internet millionaire, publish 3 books until you're 27. Guys, not everybody is like, no, just you don't have to.
You don't have a blueprint to success.
Yeah.
Like there can't be a blueprint to success.
And it's relative. For someone, success is cutting trees.
Exactly.
He likes to cut trees. If someone likes to cut trees, he's happy. That's it.
I have a fantastic story about that. I was sitting literally next to the riverside on a bench with a friend of mine, and we both had
Was he a fisherman? No.
No. Like even better, so simple. Like we had a cup of coffee, we had this conversation, and at some point there was this dude. He was like
He was what?
cutting the grass. Like I missed the word, man. Like when you do it with the cart.
Cutting the grass.
Let's use cutting the grass.
Yeah.
And he had this vehicle to do it with.
Like an automated cutter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the machine that you...
More. Is it
No, he was sitting on it, like with 4 wheels. Like those
it was
cutting
a proper
machines. Like
lawnmower.
the lawnmower.
Yeah,
the lawnmower, exactly.
The lawnmower, yeah.
And you know how the river is kind of, say, constructed, right? There is like this slope
We are
going
talking
downwards.
about Emajogi
The
River,
Emajogi
which is also in
Tartu.
Tartu. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
There's this slope going down towards the water. And that dude was driving on that shit, like, super fast down the slope, up the slope, around the bushes, around the stones, and we were just sitting there like little 5-year-old children admiring that dude for being so precise with his work while being so efficient, and you could see that professionalism in his face. And we were thinking like, okay, this dude may not be an internet millionaire, a celebrity, an actor, or whatever, but he's the best fucking dude in the job he does. Like nobody can cut this grass better than this guy. Like, and he was enjoying it. He was enjoying it. The way he was like changing his direction, shifting, and that was just a pleasure to watch.
That's a pleasure to watch.
Let's do what my professor in philosophy loves to do.
Yeah.
Like I love that guy for this kind of skill.
Yeah.
Like let's summarize what we have.
Yeah, let's go. Final words from each of us.
Yeah.
It's almost an hour. Almost
an hour. Okay.
Yeah, let's finish. Final words.
So to come here, like in our discussion, that brings us here that we as people, first of all, don't know what we want. Second of all, we are running a rat race that our friends are doing it, so let's do it. Maybe...
And not just our friends, society.
Yeah,
I mean,
like we are making the society, let's take society. Like society is doing, so let's do it. And what are the ill effects of this? It has brought so much stress on us that we can't even live. Like we are tensed all the time. Like you are busy. You don't have time to do anything with yourself. Like people who are in their room, they find themselves lonely. So that's the whole summary, I guess, we have spoken about. Or if you want to add something else, you guys can please go.
Your final words.
I want to share practical advice. I was just telling some close people of mine a couple of days ago, and the biggest game changer in my recent life was that I restricted myself to not touch my phone and scroll through social media like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever the first hour in the morning. I got that tip from someone else.
Okay.
And it was one of those, he's not one of those weird ass fake gurus in the internet. He was actually, he's a book author and, well, some say marketer, some say philosopher. Ryan Holiday, you may know him. But that's a game changer because you don't get distracted. You don't start into your day with those distractions, with your responsibilities, with the benchmark society has set on you, and with all those things that basically that are going out there. But you start with yourself, stillness, and your mind. So I would just recommend to try it out.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Just calm down a bit.
It's important.
Allow yourself some time
Yeah.
for yourself, some stillness.
I would finish with I don't know if I agree with what Anurag said, that let's take away that we are all scared to be lonely, which is definitely a reason to be busy. We cannot deny that in any way. If someone denies it, please try it. Just stop your calendar for a day and see if you can be with yourself. And you don't kill yourself.
And being with yourself doesn't mean that you are on your phone talking to your friends on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
That doesn't
mean
that
like being with yourself. That, like Mete said, be with yourself. Shut it down and then be with yourself, you know.
Go.
Yeah.
Make music, write, paint, or just sit down, think.
Yeah.
Spend time with your mind.
Yeah, right, sit next to the river. And
that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's a good point, that we are lonely from that point. And I would say, from my personal point of view, for all the people that matter to me, you know, I always find time. Doesn't matter how busy I am. You know, I'm going to conferences. I'm doing all kind of shit. I'm making music. I'm doing photography. I'm doing all kind of shit. We are making podcasts even now. But always I find time.
Although I was so busy today, man.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
You were so busy.
His schedule was
I was
full.
busy today too. I had to be in the university, then to the forest, then somewhere else, and but still we found some time.
I'm a philosopher in 20th century. What do you expect? Not 20th, 21st century.
21st century. He's super busy.
So, no, I'm not at all busy. I'm just in my bed thinking about something. You know,
Yeah.
I'm the least busiest guy on this podcast.
I'm just saying that when the person I care for, you know, texts me or asks me or calls me and requests for time, I give my time. It's as simple as that. Because sometimes the smile on that person's face is equal to success. You know, because that person matters to you. Because you give that much to that relationship. You know, instead of putting a board of I'm busy, let's do it some other time. Let's do it something else or something. It's just find a little bit of time. You know. Find little time. If you can't find time at all, start with 5 minutes. Start with 10 minutes. Find time for.
First, start with finding a little time for yourself.
Yeah.
Try to give up the calendar. Like at least what Mete said, that if you are meeting a friend, you don't even fucking need to keep it in your calendar. Keep it in your head or in your heart somewhere. It's so fucking easy to do that way, I guess.
Let's not give up the calendar, but instead
use it as a tool.
Being controlled, learn to control that calendar and use it as a tool. I mean,
don't use it as a fashion.
Things change, and it became, as Mohit said, like a fashion element, and that developed over the course of years. But what you can do right now is not to change reality, but perception, which is looking at it the other side and basically aiming for keeping it as, say, free as possible. Like really, don't schedule those things with your friends.
Nice. It was a nice podcast, and maybe I won't be able to do the part 2 of this podcast because I will be busy. I want to just look at my calendar.
I want to put one last thing before we shut up, and that I think also understand the meaning of being busy. You know, if you're handling 10 companies at a time, I understand you're busy.
Yes.
It's fine. If you're designing SpaceX rockets like Elon Musk and making cars and making babies and making so many things, I accept it. When you're working in a company from 9 to 5 doing nothing, you know, you don't even work. You don't even work completely 9 to 5. You know. Even during that 9 to 5, there are times when you're chatting. There are times when you're taking a lunch break. There are times when you're doing something else. Please don't be a hypocrite and Don't say that you're busy, you know?
And if you are a girl and
Yeah.
you tell me that you are busy and then I see you on Facebook,
Yeah.
my heart breaks. Please
Understand
don't
what
do
it means
that.
to be busy, you know? Understand what it means to be busy. Is it either you are paying people, you know? You are taking away hunger from the society. You're taking away poverty from the society. You're working, and I understand you're busy, you know? But you're doing nothing. You come back home, and then there is YouTube. And you're busy, you know?
No. Most people are actually in the office, but while being in the office, they don't work, but they share that they're in the office.
Oh, nice.
That's not busy.
You've done that, my friend. Yeah?
Of course I've done that.
You've done that.
I've
yeah.
also
Of course I've done
Of course
that.
you've done that, yeah.
All of us have done
Yeah,
that.
all of us have done
All
that.
of us
True,
have done
indeed.
But
Okay.
it's a difference if you have done that or
You've been
if you
that.
keep doing that
If you
every
keep
day
doing
and
that.
if you are that.
Yeah, indeed.
Like
If we become
I mean-
famous on this podcast,
I mean, no,
then
for real. Like, I don't want to shit. I don't want to shit on everyone without reflecting on myself. I'm sharing a lot on social media. I often share stuff from my life on social media, but
Yeah.
like, don't pretend that you're busy when you're not.
Yeah, you're not busy, trust me. Yeah. People who are busy are actually busy, and they can't even tell that they're busy because
Yeah.
they're busy.
Yeah.
We are also busy, guys. We have to go to Moku now.
Yeah, we're busy. We have to go
we are
for
busy.
Yeah, we gotta go. But one more thing, guys. If you're planning to invite me again first, thank you for the invitation to your first podcast episode.
beautiful, yeah.
Next time, please contact me 3 months ahead because I'm busy.
I'm busy too now. I want to say that too. It feels so good
right.
to say I'm busy, you know? My ego is so beautifully feeling like,
Exactly.
Thanks to whoever who will listen to this shit.
Yeah,
we are
let's see.
highly grateful to
Let's see
that.
if
If
somebody
it's
listens.
even a single person,
Yeah.
thank you
Just
for
take-
tuning
We are
in.
working
Do
for you.
something.
If we
And
have
let's-
one listener, we are working for you. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Guys. Yeah,
We
we
will
will.
be-
We're getting busy for that
will
one
be
person.
busy. We will be busy for you. Peace out.
Okay. Good night, guys. Good night. Good day. Whatever.
Whatever
yeah.
you
Okay.
are. If you are United States, good morning, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.
This was good.
That was cool.
Where is shit?